In continuation to Chromista, the second phylum is Hyphochytriomycota. So far we have seen different orders in Mycota. Now the phylum is Hyphochytriomycota. I'm N. Shankar Reddy, PhD Plant Pathology. So we already finished Mycota and the different orders in Mycota. Now it's all about Hyphochytriomycota. And this Hyphochytriomycota is a very small phylum only, which comprises a very few fungi. Just I'm going to discuss just some common features or important points in this. This phylum generally comprises of 6 genera and 23 species of fungi comes under this. That's why it's a very small phylum actually. And the diagnostic feature of this is production of Straminophilus flagella in the juice pores. So this kind of flagella cannot be observed, or this kind of juice pore cannot be observed in any other life forms in any other fungi. So when it comes to this hypochytrates, generally occurs in soil and as well as the aquatic environment, especially freshwater and marine water. So they actually act as a saprophytes or sometimes parasites on algae. And there is a fungi called Hyphochytrium penile, which actually reported that is actually devastated on marine crayfish, which is epidemic on marine crayfish. As I told you that it contains soil inhabitant aquatic chytrid-like organisms. So this Hyphochytriomycota also resembles like chytrid or Chytriomycota. So Chytridiomycota, before it is previously also it is resembled as a Hyphochytridiomycota, just like a resemblance only, nothing like that. And in the next phylum, after finishing this Mycota, the next phylum is Chytridiomycota, where various kinds of fungi are some kind of resembling characters that there I will discuss in detail about. So here this Hyphochytriomycota and Chytriomycota are more or less similar resemblance, they having this resemblance. So generally that I will discuss in Chytriomycota. Here this Hyphochytriomycota are generally aquatic. Chytrid-like organisms are generally contains motile cells which also possess a flagellum, that is the anterior kind of flagellum on the juice pores. They are parasitic on algae. This also we discussed, right? And parasitic is algae and a couple of animals as well. And the number of hypochytrid which are also can be grown on oxenic culture. For example, Rhizidiomyces apophystatus, a monocentric eucarpic form, and Hypochytrium catenoides, a polycentric eucarpic species that can be cultured. This as I told you in the previous slide, Hypochytriomycota have a strong resemblance to the true fungi, that is the Chytridiomycota. So generally, chytrids comes under this Chytridiomycota. This Hypochytridiomycota is a little bit strong resemblance to this Hypochytriomycota. The juice pores are withdrawing from this flagellum and secreting a wall by leaving this the cis surface. This juice pores are actually they generally insist by removing the flagella. Imagine this is the juice pore. They remove the flagella by secreting a wall around itself. So that is generally cyst, like we can call it a cyst, right? So that is also one special feature that we can observe in Hypochytriomycota. And there are three different forms of cyst germination that we can observe in Hypochytriomycota. One by one I will see. So regarding Chytridiomycota, that we are going to discuss in detail about lecture number 30 after finishing this that is Straminophila. So the first one is holocarpic. So we can see here, as I told you, this is a juice pore. Generally it shreds its flagella and become encysted. This encysted will behave in three different ways. The first one is a holocarpic, where we can see enlargement of cyst in a sac-like structure where it ultimately converted into juice pore in the later stages. For example, Anisopildium, which actually generally parasitizes on this marine algae. The next one is a eucarpic monocentric thallus, where the same cyst they can produce some finger-like structures we can see here. So these are all generally called as rhizoids. Generally rhizoids are the anchoring organs that is produced by Rhizomycota group of fungi also. That is Rhizophus and Stolonifer. Zygomycota, actually it's not Rhizomycota, it's a Zygomycota group of fungi. These are rhizoids. So this cyst produces some finger-like structures, or that is generally called as rhizoids. At one end we can clearly observe. So that actually helps to anchor the thallus, or that actually provides very strong that strong anchoring to the fungus, and also helpful for the absorption of nutrients as well. And rhizoidiomycete kind of fungi that can produce this eucarpic monocentric thallus. The next one is a eucarpic polycentric thallus, where it can produce some kind of sporangia kind of germination we can observe from this cyst. The cyst, the slowly some kind of germination or sporangia kind of germination emerges from this tube, or some kind of branches can be seen. This is generally the zoosporangia. Hyphochytrium group. Hyphochytrium is the fungi that can produce this kind of thalli that can comes under this hypochytrials. Now we will see the different classes. There is only one order in this Hyphochytriomycota, hypochytrials, which actually contains three families: Anisolpidaceae, Rhizoidiomycidae, Hypochytriaceae. Now we'll see one by one. The first family is Anisolpidaceae, which contains three important species: Anisolfidium spacillarum, then Spacillaria and Ectocarpi. These are all the three important species that comes under, which actually this Ectocarpi parasitizes the marine bollworms. The next one is Rhizoidiomycetidae, which actually these families are actually characterized by the production of a single monocentric thallus along with the rhizoids also. There are three important genuses are there: Rhizoidiomyces, Riccia and Latrostium. The next one is Hypochytriaceae, contains three genera: Hypochytrium, Cantiriomyces, Cystichytrium. These are all the three important genera comes under this family. For further more information, students can refer this book, A Vision into Plant Pathology, a complete student version. For further doubts and clarification, students can reach us at www.geekyresearcher.com. Stay geeky and stay tuned. We are Team Geeky Researchers.